Alrighty! Hey everyone, I'm Cyanai, and today we are here with PowerWash Simulator. So what's this special occasion today? Actually, let's check out what kind of um, new power washes we have available. Okay, so none. Okay, we can't afford any of them yet. That's alright. One more mission and then we can probably afford it. But what's this special occasion today? So, I totally forgot that... Oh, wait, these are all new. So I totally forgot that tomorrow is my birthday. So yeah, we're doing something special for my birthday. So tomorrow is my birthday, which will be today when I upload it. So I have something to show for my birthday because yeah, why not? And then I was like, so it should probably be something new and different, but also not like a long kind of thing on my Let's Play. Like, I've been playing a lot of Doom and Polybridge lately. I just started Yakuza, but then I'm like, oh no, if it's special, it should be like a one-off thing. And then I haven't played PowerWash Simulator in a while, so it's like, why not? So here we are. Happy birthday me. Yay. We're playing PowerWash Simulator, and we're relaxing. So, like, at first I was like, should I play a game on my Switch? It's been a while since I played a game on my Switch. But then I was like, oh, you know, it's like, it's been a while since I used since I recorded anything on my Switch. So I'm not really confident that everything's set up all properly. So actually, ever since I got my new computer, I didn't even make a setup for my Switch to record. So I would probably have to make a whole new thing for that. And it being my birthday celebration day, a day early. I heard that it's bad luck to celebrate your birthday a day early. I don't know what cultures that's actually a thing for, but there are so many people who have birthdays like in August and September along with me. I think a lot of Virgos that I know. So my birthday has been getting like lumped up with everybody else's birthday. And then this time we're celebrating it today. Like at our house, we're having a birthday dinner, a barbecue. And then we're celebrating it a day early because everyone else's birthday was in August, but mine is just so soon. So yeah. I heard that it's bad luck because something like, you know, I always say I heard this from, but I never remember my sources. I cannot put links to my sources or anything like that. What was it? Oh wow, I forget even the format. So embarrassing. I used to be in college, but I forget the format to cite things. Anyway, what was I saying? My sources. I heard that it's bad luck to celebrate your birthday early because in the olden times when it was basically a milestone of survival, right? Like, holy smokes, you survived till you're like however old you are. Insert your own age, viewer. Just immerse yourself into this experience for a second. That's what I want that's what I want my Let's Plays to be, immersive. But then if you celebrate too early, that's kind of like popping off, but then the match didn't finish yet, and then you like get like headshot or something right after. It's like you didn't actually kill everybody or something like that. You pop off before you defuse the spike or something like that. So I don't know. Hopefully I survive today. That's all I'm hoping. As long as I get to my birthday, then it's all kosher. Yeah. So then I was thinking of playing a Switch game because Nintendo games, they're like more novel and stuff like that. And then they're also like just like cheerier too, rather than Doom. I'm not as dramatic as Yakuza. So then I was thinking of playing a Switch game, and then my mom was asking me what I wanted for my birthday, right? And then I was like, oh, dude, I totally forgot that it was even my birthday really soon. I didn't even think about what I would want as a birthday gift. So I'm sorry. I didn't have an answer at the time because It's not like there's not really many things I want anymore. I'm just maybe I could have lived another life as a monk. I'm just not a very material guy kind of person. I don't take much pleasure in just owning things. Except for other people. I would love to own a person, but that's not very legal anymore. The one thing I have been buying though is like anime figures. I just really appreciate like the cute, good-looking figures. And then my mom knows it. She was like, "Oh, should I get one of those?" And then I was like, "Ha ha 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 ha." In my head, I was like, "No." So the thing with that is because it's like I'm pretty picky, and the local store that I visit every so often, I kind of got most of what I already wanted from there, and I don't have much shelf space, but I'm picky, right? So with me, I don't really attach too closely to any particular anime character or anything like that, but I just like the really good looking figures. So yeah, and also I don't know if my mother knows my exact tastes as much as I do. I've been getting a lot of Hatsune. I mean, the thing with the characters, right, is that I don't like playing favorites a lot. Sometimes it's weird getting memorabilia of a character when I'm like, that's not fair that I just get memorabilia for this character because I like the other characters in that show like almost as much. It's been a while since I watched anime, but I still like the style, so I like the figures. That might also be why I don't gravitate too much to any specific characters, just because I haven't watched any anime in a while. I still like the style though. I cannot fail to emphasize. What was I saying? Wow. Okay, whatever. I forget already. That's a shame. But then it's like, so I didn't want my mom to get me any of the anime figures. I have been getting a lot of Hatsune Miku ones though. Hatsune Miku is like the one character where I feel like, oh yeah, she can totally be my favorite because she's so iconic. Feels like she represents all of what Japanese pop culture is. I love it. Also Twin Tails, Blue Twin Tails, awesome. Gotta love it. Hatsune Miku's the bomb. So then I was like, okay, I won't ask for that. Then I was thinking, it's like, what is something I could use? And I was like, And then I came up with the idea of asking for a dry fit hoodie. So a lot of times when I go out, I like wearing a hoodie, even when it's hot. Because I just don't like... I feel weird having my arms be seen. And I live in a place that gets kind of hot during certain times of the year. So... it's like... I'm definitely making a compromise there just to get some sleeves. But also, like, when it does get hot, I also like having the sunscreen effect of having a sleeve. And also, if it's really, really sunny, then I also have the sunscreen of the hood for my neck and head. So, I just like to wear hoodies a lot of the time. But I was thinking when it does get hot, I'd want a dry fit hoodie. Because... So, like, if I won't worry about sweating as much because it's dry fit. And also, I've been thinking, like, if I ever manage to get Let's Playing to be my full-time job, I think at that point it'll just be live streaming. If it was my full-time job, I would be live streaming. Because, like, I'll just have more time available. Oh, yeah. If I was live streaming for a job, I was thinking that I'd probably want to go for a run, like drive to a nice park and go for a run. Sometimes, like, I feel very disconnected from everybody. So sometimes I like, when I'm like, who would even watch my kind of stuff? Am I even that unique? Do I have like a unique personality that people would like? And then sometimes I feel like just seeing random people and just seeing like them living their lives and it's like different makes me realize like, oh, you know, maybe my little perspective on life is at least a little bit interesting. It's not like everybody's like me, but probably better at doing what I do, you know? So, there we go. A nice little run in a park, and then if I get to go for a drive, every day. Oh yeah, I would go for a run every day to this park. Go to a park that's kind of crowded, but not crowded enough where I have to start worrying about parking and stuff. I was thinking like in the morning too, so I don't have to worry about parking, because who would be going to a park on weekdays in the morning? A lot of times that's where people work and where kids go to school and stuff like that. So it's like just just enough happening, enough park to see some action, but not to be too crazy busy. But maybe on the weekends it'll be a nice change of pace to just see things being busy too. Yeah, I want to go for a run. For runs. I also want to not work. I also just want to live stream for work. I'd want to get spoiled by donations. Spoiled by donos and just playing video games. That's my life. I'd want to get spoon-fed by everybody and be loved and affirmed by fans. But yeah, like I feel like I would just feel so much better about myself if I was running every day. Cause then I feel like when nothing is on my schedule for the day, sometimes I have a hard time getting started. Like there are times like today. So today I'm recording this on a Monday. It's Labor Day, so I actually have the day off. And normally on Mondays, I set to just be my chore day, where I take out all the trash, I wash my clothes and everything like that. I just run my weekly errand. The errand I have to run once a week to the store with my grandma. I like to get all that done on Monday, just because I want the rest of my days to be free. But like on weekends, I actually have a hard time getting started, because I'm like, I could be recording right now, but I get into procrastinator mode a little bit. Partly because I'm like, I want to show up and have like an engaging conversation with you guys, but I don't always feel like I have something like interesting to talk about, or sometimes I feel unconfident that like the game will give me something interesting to talk about. I mean, like Doom is so repetitive, honestly, because it's like it's just demons everywhere. You're just shooting them, and the environments are always just trying to be edgy. It's not like they're trying to feel different, they're just trying to look different. So it's like, yeah. So sometimes I get kind of nervous about starting these Let's Play episodes. And in fact, today I felt nervous about starting the PowerWash simulator too, because it's like this PowerWash simulator, there's like almost nothing that this game gives me in terms of stuff to talk about. So I did like prepare a little bit. I have some topics that I've written down. Luckily, I haven't had to look at it so much yet, but some of the stuff I talked about so far, like it being my birthday and like me asking for the dry fit shirt, I was like, okay, I'll think about talking about this kind of stuff. And then what do you call, but then I feel like when I do prepare stuff to talk about, I get really awkward, because sometimes it's like, what could I talk about? And then I start thinking about one thing, and it's like, oh, if I talk about that, then it could lead into this, and then oh, it could lead into this and this and this, and then I like eventually come up with a whole list of stuff that I can talk about, and then I start getting nervous. Or sometimes I have like a joke in mind, like what was it? When I started playing Yakuza, I was like, oh, Polybridge, I want a nice change of pace from Polybridge and Doom, because it's all just so gory. And then it's like, oh, wasn't Polybridge supposed to be that change of pace? And it's like, oh no, I've killed so many people because of my inability to build bridges or something like that. So that was a joke I prepared, I'll admit it. But then it came out a little stiff. I feel like every time I like prepare something to say, or like a joke, or like a talking point, I want it to sound natural, but it rarely comes out that way. But I also don't want to get stuck not having anything to talk about. So it's like I feel like I'm stuck in a rock and a hard place, where I'm like, I want to trust my instincts, but I can't. Yeah. And now I'm getting to a point where like I'm forgetting. It's like, oh, what else is there to talk about? So then it's like, okay, yeah, I do remember. I do have one more thing to talk about, at least. And I didn't even check my note card yet. This is just off my noggin. So I was talking about like me getting a birthday gift. My mom asking for a birthday gift. And then I wanted to ask for something like simple, because literally the only other thing I could think about was was a Nintendo Switch 2. I don't have a Nintendo Switch 2, but I'm feeling like now is probably a good time to get one, because you know there's a new Pokemon game coming out, and yeah, I'm quite bad about keeping up with trends in gaming, mostly because like sometimes when I hear about new games coming out, I feel kind of overwhelmed because I didn't even catch up on the games that have happened last year or whatever, you know? Like I'm playing Yakuza Like a Dragon when there's been like a couple more Like a Dragon games that came out afterwards. It's like, if I were to hear there's a new Yakuza game coming out and it's like gonna be the most popular thing, I would be kind of nervous. Because I'd be like, dude, I didn't even catch up with the last one yet, and a new one's coming out, and I know like being a Let's Player, sometimes things trend, so I wanna like get things while they're trending too. So it's been there's a lot of things like that like even though in theory they are fun, they should be fun. There's a lot of things that kind of stress me out when I watch them, like new exciting releases of video games is one, and then sometimes just like when videos are so good, or like when a live streamer just says a joke that's so funny, or when there is in like a music video or something, or like an animation or whatever that's just so impressive. It makes me really nervous sometimes, because I'm like, holy smokes, this is the kind of stuff that I'm sharing the YouTube space with. Who's ever gonna watch me, you know? And then it's like, sometimes I feel brave enough to watch them, and then in those moments I feel like I'm just trying to learn what they're doing, right? Like, what makes them so funny? Or like, holy smokes, I didn't even how did this get put together to be such an amazing experience, you know? Or like, what kind of games could I catch up with that people are thinking about right now? What new happening game would actually match me? So yeah, I get kind of nervous watching cool stuff sometimes, and also anime too. I like anime, but I haven't watched any in a while. I said this one before, but I always feel a little stressed about not being productive enough when I sit down and watch a show. So yeah, there's that too. Wow, I'm just talking about all the stuff that stresses me out, yeah? But like, Pokemon ZA is coming out, and I haven't watched any of the promotional material either because of aforementioned reasons. So I don't even know if it's out yet. I see promotional material for it, but I don't know if it's out yet. The only thing I do see is like, Mega Evolutions are coming back, and they have new Mega Evolutions like Halucha and Victory Bell, and they look weird, but whatever. I feel kind of split on Mega Evolutions because I feel like half of them look doofy, and then like the other half of them look really cool. And also like, there was this whole debate in the competitive space where it's like, Mega Evolutions kind of suck because competitively, oh, the mayor's cat is missing. Alright, that's cool. I'll keep my eye out for a cat. And then it's like, because Mega Evolutions sometimes are such better upgrades of the base Pokemon, but you only have like one slot per team to use your Mega Stone on. You can only Mega Evolve one Pokemon at a time. And then if you don't Mega Evolve, then they'll just have a useless item slot. So it's like, sometimes there are only like a couple Mega Evolutions that can be viable at a time. Anyway, welcome to Pokemon Wash Simulator, where we talk about Pokemon while we wash stuff. In fact, that sounds like a pretty good game. Maybe you could like squeeze a Squirtle or something like that, and then just have it water gun, power washing stuff. Let's change the nozzle to be a little more concentrated. We gotta lock in. Now that we're getting more distance. You know, one thing about this 0 degree nozzle is that it still does have a little bit of coverage. I mean, if you just look at the watermarks, it's kind of wide, yeah, going up and down. So it's like it can clean quite a bit, and from far away, just because it's so focused, it can clean a deceptive amount of space for how skinny the laser is. Shooting water lasers. But then, I was talking about Pokemon. What was I talking about? Maybe the idea's gone. The spark has gone. It's time to hang it up. Alright, thank you everybody for joining on my episode today. I ran out of stuff to say. I didn't prepare enough because I was too scared to prepare. But then, there are times where I'm like, man, Pokemon sometimes is so unbalanced, where it's like some Pokemon are just so weak, and then some have such big weaknesses while others are good and all around and powerful and everything like that. Sometimes I get really annoyed by that idea, and sometimes I just think about like, what would it be like to balance Pokemon a little bit? One of the ideas I had was for Mega Charizard, X, the dragon, and fire type Charizard that kind of looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. One thing I wish was that instead of Tough Claws, he had like Levitate. I mean, that one isn't really a big deal because Mega Charizard X is already strong, but I just thought that like the fire dragon type is so cool because fire resists ice and fairy, while dragon type resists water. So fire and dragon type, at least defensively, complement each other really well. So, and also I think that just removing the ground weakness for Charizard, who's already flying, is a pretty cool idea. And then you have Megazard Y, who's like, I don't know, sometimes I'm like, should there be two? Should there be two Mega Evolutions of one Pokemon? I don't know. I guess it's alright, whatever. It's alright. I mean, I like both of them. But if there was one, the one I would keep is Mega Charizard X if he had Levitate. Because then it's like there's other drought Pokemon. Like, what if Ninetales had more of a reason to get played? Because like if Mega Charizard X is there, then why would you ever use Ninetales? But I like Ninetales. And I feel like the weather Pokemon could be weak, but still really useful just because they set the sun or something like that. Like Pelipper, for instance. I feel like Ninetales can pull it off in certain conditions. And I want Ninetales to pull it off, so that's why I don't want Megazard Y. And Megazard Y looks kind of weird too. He looks like a soybean or something. An orange soybean that's on fire. But then I think the balancing ideas that I have the most excitement for is changing up the type chart, where it's like, can you imagine if rock type was not weak to water type and was just damaged neutrally by water type? I mean, just look at this, right? Imagine, actually this isn't a good example because this is all like rubber, but just imagine this was a rock, right? Look at me power washing it. I'm getting all the dirt off, but the rock stays. When things erode, it's just the dirt that erodes away. It's just dirt and sand. So it's like, I'm thinking that water should still be strong, super effective against ground type, but it should not be strong, super effective against rock type. Because it's like, you can put rocks in water and they'd be fine. It's like, poor Rhydon and Golem, Rhyperior. Because it's like, they're cool Pokemon, but so unfortunate. They're already 4 times weak to grass, and then you add water too. Add water and then they just dissolve. Poor guys. So like that rock water thing is probably the thing that would thing I would change most, and then I would make psychic type neutrally damage steel as well instead of being resisted by steel, because when I think of psychic powers in metal, I think of Alakazam bending spoons and Magneto doing all of his magnetic manipulation and stuff like that. Telekinesis. Magnesis. And then I'm just like, dude, it feels like more often than not, psychic powers are thematically strong against steel. So it should at least damage it neutrally, right? And then if psychic is going to be better against steel, then psychic in general would probably be better overall because steel is such a good type. But so then it's like, yeah, make it damage steel neutrally. And then psychic type will be a little bit stronger. And then to trade that off, because then I hear some people say that psychic type is actually a really weak type. And then I'm like, I guess so. I guess it doesn't really do much. It's kind of like a normal type at this point, yeah? Where it's like, it's not really super effective against that many useful things. And other than that, it just damages a lot of stuff normally. And then it's like immune by ghost and weak to ghost, or immune by dark and stuff like that. Weak to dark, bug, ghost. Which, honestly, those types felt like it crept up, the dark ghost types. I had no idea they were so good. But anyway, to nerf the psychic type a little bit, make ice resist psychic and ghost. Because it's like, ice deserves some resistances. In my head, psychic type, ice weak on psychic type Pokemon, I'm thinking brain freeze. For ghost types, I'm thinking that a lot of times they're cold, so it's like they won't do much against ice or something like that. Also, ghost has been like a strong offensive type just neutrally everywhere, and ice really could use some help. So there's that. The last thing I'll probably change is make grass type resist fairy, because fairy is good all around, very strong offensively, very strong defensively. It's great against important threatening types like fighting, dark, dragon. Here I am just talking about Pokemon. Holy smokes, how long has it been that I've just been talking about Pokemon? I'm sorry, I'm almost done with it. I'm almost done. Just one more idea. So fairy type is really good defensively too. It's only weak to I mean, it also resists those same important types like fighting, dark, and dragon. And then yeah, it's just so solid. And then grass is a type that's weak against so many types, and I just feel kind of bad for grass types because they do have their times where it's like, you know, like they do have a good amount of resistances, but they also have so many weaknesses they have to like switch out a lot of the time anyway, or just be in very dangerous spots. So I'm thinking, why don't they resist fairy type? Because I'm thinking fairy type isn't actually like literally fairies, but it's meant, the thematic idea behind the type is about like goodness and stuff like that. So I'm thinking it's like, if you were like a sweet little angel, you would probably not destroy forests or something like that. So you'll probably not destroy nature for the hell of it. I mean, I'm not saying like anyone who uses wood or anything is evil, but just like you wouldn't go ahead destroying nature for no reason. If you have a reason, like making a house, that's fine. But if you have no reason to destroy forests or grass, then that's like, hey, that's not cool. Okay, I'm done with my Pokemon thing. Doesn't that sound interesting? But yeah, I was thinking of the only other gift I had in mind was just getting a Nintendo Switch 2. All right, now enjoy the crispy sounds of the oddly satisfying power wash. For the rest of this episode, I didn't even get halfway done with this level yet, so buckle in, everybody. Buckle in for make sure you don't get tinnitus. Do you guys wear earphones? I wear earphones. I don't like headphones. They always feel heavy on my head, so it feels awkward to wear. And then it always feels like it's gonna fall off. And then a lot of times they also give me headaches. Like they're squeezing my head for too hard. But I honestly wouldn't mind giving headphones another try. Like, if I find that there's a comfortable one. But for now, I just wear earphones. It's simpler for me this way. It's also a lot cheaper. I'm not a guy who cares too much about getting like the richest basis quality or something like that, because I can barely tell a difference. I just go for the cheap stuff, honestly. I go for like, well, not super cheap, just like $20 or something like that. Enough to have like a good sounding thing. It doesn't have to sound amazing. Alright, let's go check my note card. My prepared topics. Do I have any other tricks in the bag? Well, I didn't even look at my note card yet because I was just looking at my screen. But one thing I do remember is I was talking about all of the stuff that kind of stresses me out. So I actually do care quite a bit about like trying to make this an entertaining and worthwhile thing to watch. Yeah, my Let's Play. Because it's like, if you guys are doing something so awesome for me as appreciating me just like playing games and hanging out, that's so awesome to me that I really want to make it worth your time. Because I would feel bad if there's people that are so nice as you guys to like do something so nice for me and then me waste your time. It's like, oh, that sucks. Because it's like, for me, I feel like time is valuable. I feel like I'm always squeezing out time. Like I have a job, right? And then it's like, oh my god, if they have a job and they're spending their time on this, it's not like anyone has been. I basically have no regular viewer yet. Like when I look at my viewer retention, it is actually horrible. Like 10 seconds on average watch time, less than 10 views for the majority of my videos. I mean, it's alright. One thing I did realize is like, I was trying, well, even though I am saying that I'm trying really hard to make this time worthwhile for you guys who give my videos a shot, I also think I should calm down about it a little bit. So like lately, I've been kind of manic almost, I would describe myself, where it's like, I'm like, oh, crazy, trying to be loud, trying to find jokes everywhere and stuff like that. But then like when I'm watching those videos back, it's like it's a little uncomfortable almost because it's so clearly me being desperate, and I am, because it's like I am trying to make anybody's time worthwhile, and the fact that nobody sticks around is like what looks to me an indication of I'm not being interesting enough on a regular enough basis. So I was trying to like, oh my god, be more energy, be loud, more passion, more energy, and stuff like that. But it's kind of it's not like the most comfortable thing to hear. So I was like, okay, I gotta calm down about that. I feel like there's like a shift in mindset that I thought of just this morning actually. I watched a streamer that I like, and I don't know if I should say their name because then you might go to them because they commentate so much better than I can. Like they can just talk about the most normal things and sound so interesting, and it's like, holy smokes. Like I don't think you guys would find just someone talking about their normal life impressive, but I was honestly like, holy smokes, I was blown away by how interesting they can just talk about super mundane things. And I was like, oh my god, I need some of that. Like, what are they doing? What are they doing? One thing I realized was like, I realized that I would compare my most recent videos to like a street performer, yeah, who hasn't had like an act all planned out because, you know, I'm just trying to show up. But like I'm a street performer and everybody's walking past me. And then I'm like, everybody who passes by me, I'm trying to like, oh, you're here? Okay, let me show you this thing. And then I'm like, okay, what is there? What is there? What is there? And then I try to like look around. I guess this is pretty interesting, right? And then they're like already walking away. I'll describe how like I've been feeling about my videos lately. Kind of like that, where it's like I am just so desperately trying to look for anything that can be interesting to people so that they'll stick around. So I was like, okay, that's not the way. And then, oh yeah, like that commentator I was talking about, that live streamer, they're also one of the people that I'm like, I have a hard time watching a lot of, because, well, for one, I also don't know how I feel about like parasocialism. So I don't like getting too attached, especially for real people, right? Like characters, I'm like, oh, you know, characters are fun. It's like, oh wow, that character's hot or something like that. But like when it comes to like live streamers, then it's like, oh, okay, I better not. I better not. Like try to invest myself too much into their lives, because I don't know if that's like a cool thing for them. But then, yeah. I'm down having like crushes and doing whatever on characters, as long, but like not like live streamers. Well, not even like crushes. I just mean like being very interested in their lives. Being very, yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, their commentary style. So then, like, I will describe myself as that kind of desperate street performer who's trying to find things to show people. But I think what I realized is gonna be a nicer way to just approach it is just like, is just to... Oh, wow, I forget. Oh man, it was so woke. And it felt like a really important lesson that it was like a very important realization for me. Oh yeah, I should treat my Let's Play like I am watching a movie with a friend that's corny enough that it's just more fun to talk over it anyway. So yeah. Right now, you're a friend that I'm watching this movie of me playing PowerWash Simulator with, and we're just chilling out and talking about other stuff because the game can only be so interesting. So like, this video is gonna upload tomorrow. I did record some other stuff yesterday that I haven't uploaded yet, but I almost forgot that it was my birthday, so I'm gonna upload this before. So hold tight for one more day, as there's gonna be one more weird upload, and then maybe I'll chill out a little. Maybe this will be a little bit more of a chill experience. Very nice, yes. But then today is actually Monday. It's a Labor Day. So then, normally I get my chores done on the same day. Oh wait, no, I already said this. Yeah, that's right. I talked about getting all my chores done on the same day. It feels weird doing my laundry not coming home from work, but it's also kind of nice. What do you call? I normally don't get to do my clothes this early. Well, mostly just because I don't specifically do chores on weekdays. But one thing about my washing machine I like is how it goes like boop boop boop. It sounds like a retro game menu, like bling bling whenever I press a button on it, like fabric softener bling bling, temperature bling bling, Okay, start. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Yay, that's done. Finally. I feel like this building is really, it takes a deceptively a long amount of time, because unlike a house where you just have to get the outside of a nice neat shape, you have to go like inside and in between all of these planks and everything. I wonder if like the total surface area of this is actually bigger than one of the houses in this game. Let's look at my note card. Do I have anything? I mean, like, the last time I did a PowerWash Simulator episode, I feel like I cannot do these episodes often, and I feel like I'm realizing why again, because I feel like I just need stuff to talk about. Or else it's gonna be like a lot of silence. The last time I recorded my PowerWash episode was actually a long time ago. At the time, I think I was talking about Adventure Time, because I was watching videos about Adventure Time lore, and I was really interested in that. Lately, I've been watching, there's this one podcast that I felt was really interesting. So, do you guys know the sitcom Parks and Rec? I feel like I'm just finding that I'm getting more reasons to love the show. I never watched it. I never watched it, but I always watch their compilations, and I have loved everything that I've seen of it. It's just like a feel-good sitcom, and it has very silly characters. It's not like characters who say silly, who's like quippy. It's just characters that are silly, and I love it. It's also very heartwarming and down to earth. So then, anyway, Amy Poehler, who was the lead actress and directed Parks and Rec, has been making a podcast, and where she just has, for the most part, it looks like random guests, but I mostly just watch the episodes where there's like other Parks and Recs or SNL cast members in there. I never watched SNL, but I understand that Amy Poehler herself has come from SNL. So SNL is like a sketch comedy show kind of thing. And it's one of the bigger sketch comedy things you can get on imaginable, basically. And then it's very interesting hearing her talk to these people about like how did the experiences that they had and the opportunities that they did have shape them now. So then I feel like it's very interesting for me as a person who wants to learn from my experiences. My experiences are super limited, right? Like I'm an indoor kid, and it's not like Let's Play gives me that much. Like, Let's Play just lets me stay in my safe bubble, right? I mean, it is experience, but I'm just experiencing all of this alone, and I'm not getting any sort of like outside influence really, where it's like, oh yeah, it's not like I have an assignment, it's not like I have expectations, it's not like we have a vision or anything like that. It's just me trying to do my own thing. So then it's very interesting hearing the lessons that other people learned who do have experience and stuff like that. I realized that like it seems like being happy is definitely part of the equation. It feels like people's best works come from when they just felt really good about doing the thing that they're doing. Especially because it's like in showbiz too, it's not like you just have one job. Like I could probably be a live streamer if I did manage to get it full time, if it was sustainable. I could probably be a live streamer for like the rest of my career, but for actors and stuff, shows only run for so long, and stuff like that. So a lot of times they have to find new opportunities. They're on new sets and everything with new people, a new vision and stuff like that. Yeah, they have a lot of experience. Very interesting to hear about that. Amy Poehler and the people she knows too are also just like really down to earth and positive people, very thoughtful people, and it's just super nice to just listen to people like that. One thing I hope I can do is be somewhat of a role model for people. So sometimes when I imagine what do I want, why do I want to be a Let's Player? For one, it's like to finally connect with people that I can share my interests with, because growing up there wasn't that many people that I felt like I could talk about stuff as enthusiastically as I wanted to, or like had the same belief in how people should behave like I do. Or is that even the right way to say it? I don't know. So I just wanted to find people that like I could just be me, and then whoever likes it sticks around. Why did I bring that up? I don't remember. Oh yeah, but then I was like, okay, so there is that, and that's like a personal reason, just for like my own needs, you know, like to become a live streamer, Let's Player guy. But then I was feeling like I felt a little bit guilty about just wanting it so selfishly. So I was like, I do feel like I would really want to do something good for other people if I'm going to be doing something so selfish as doing stuff I enjoy. So what I was hoping for is just that I could just like be a good person essentially, who's also like fun and stuff, and then maybe can show that you can be nice and have a positive human experience, and that your life could be good and stuff like that. Yeah, I want to be like that. I feel like lately with my desperate streak hasn't been showing the best lately, because I have just been like, oh, everybody just try look at this, look at me, whatever. I hope I can return to a person I can be proud of. I'll get there probably. Oh, I say probably. That didn't sound very confident. I guess I'm not totally confident. I've never been confident about myself in almost anything. Like I've played games for a while, but I wouldn't even call myself a gamer. Isn't that crazy? Gaming is like the only thing I've done in my life too. Like I can't even work the nerve to call myself a good person. Isn't that insane? I've tried for so long to just be well behaved and likable, and not just like as a Let's Player, just as a person in general. Ever since I was a baby, I was like, okay, I just wanna do things that like everybody. Well, my first priority is to not do anything that'll bother anybody, is to not annoy anybody, and then second priority is to have people have fun. So like, I guess that is kind of my priority list, yeah? Like, don't annoy people first, that's my first priority, and then have fun second. So it's like, if I know I can have fun without bothering people, then it's like, oh, okay, let's freaking go. And which is probably why I wanted to do Let's Play, yeah? So I can just like have fun like this. Yeah, because I would consider this super fun. I don't know, I tried to make a joke there. I am having fun. There was me going again, trying to say something snarky just because I wanted to make a joke, because I thought I was getting boring. There we go. Here we go again. Let's take a look at my card. I actually haven't looked at my note card the whole time. I have just been conveniently remembering stuff right when I needed to, but I think now the well is starting to run dry. We have so much more of the playground to go. I'm so sorry. I mean, it is a little weird because I did say, like, I would like to start getting myself to treat my let's play as if I'm just watching a movie with a friend that is not that is like corny enough that it's just more fun to talk over it. So like that's the vibe I'm trying to go for. Starting today, and then skip a day because I'm gonna upload something that I've already recorded. But starting from today and then the day after, but except for the day in the middle because that day that day already happened. That's gonna be my goal for the uploads. But now I'm like, I feel like I'm talking very low energy. It might just be the game. I don't know. I've been like, I'm gonna try to shoot myself some bail. Like I've already mentioned Doom is super repetitive, and Yakuza is like 80% cutscene, and it might even be more than that. I don't even think I'm exaggerating. 80% cutscene. So it's kind of hard to find places to like inject myself into there. So, oh, and Polybridge is just like so plain. It's just puzzle. I mean, I can talk about falling cars, but that's the only thing that happens essentially. Collapsing bridges and falling cars. And so it's like there's like almost nothing else to talk about. So like I would say that the games I have been playing have been a little bit repetitive, and here I am playing PowerWash Simulator. It's probably like the epitome of that. But at least I have prepared topics, you know. Maybe there's just been a lot. Maybe it's just been very hard to work with the games I've been working with, which is probably why I've been feeling so bad about my commentary lately. I mean, just part of the reason, you know, I will take some accountability, but I will acknowledge that it has probably been a little bit harder. Whoa. Was there like a boom or something? Thought I heard like a poof. Wow, thank God this game gave me threw me something to react to. Now back to just like doing this. I feel like I had more of a point to that. Why did I bring up? Why did I bring that up? Oh yeah, well, because then I was thinking back to my first Let's Play. I remember I was playing Tunic for my first Let's Play. And then I felt good about that Let's Play. It was my first Let's Play. And I kind of felt in my element almost immediately with it. I mean, I don't think I had skills that were super honed or anything, like in terms of like being able to talk about stuff with articulation or anything. But I feel like the game itself was just super good for Let's Plays because it felt like there really was a progression where it's not just grinding for more levels or anything, or getting a new weapon to just shoot people some more in the same way. It was like you get new tools, you get new paths, and it's like the experience of each area was quite different, and like the enemies, how you approach each thing was different, and it felt like a game where you were exploring the whole time you're playing it. It's really wonderful, and I think I was spoiled a little bit by that experience because it's like that game gave me so much to work with in terms of just like reacting, like how do I do this? This is new. What? Whoa! There's like, and this is possible. This is crazy. I can go here now. Wow, this place is so different. I can't believe things changed and stuff like that. So it's like I started with that. The hard thing is that like there's a lot of games that are really repetitive, which makes it hard to keep things interesting. And you know, the ones I already mentioned, I feel like I don't want to be too much of a downer about it, but I feel like I'm going to have to learn how to work with it better. You know, in a sense, I feel like right now what I'm doing is basically what I liked doing, what I liked listening to that podcast about, where it's just like talking about the experience we had, and whoops, talking about the experiences we had. Oh, I don't have the longer nozzle. Shoot. and then the kind of stuff we're learning from it, how we felt about it, and stuff like that. Good old reminiscing. Some good old-fashioned reminiscing. I would listen to my podcast. I'm just kidding. I don't know. That's probably a bad sign that I probably wouldn't even listen to it. Well, I have to anyway. Well, I don't really have to. It's just that every time before I upload a video, I like to put the footage in the video editor. I have to cut the beginning and the end because I don't always start and then immediately start talking right on cue. Or sometimes like the windows of the game shifts a little when I press my record button or something like that. So I put it in the editor, video editor. And then I just like to listen back to my session and like how it went, like times where I think that I probably could have gone funnier with a joke, or times where I'm realizing that I wasn't really articulate with specific thoughts. So, yeah. Well, why did I bring that up? I guess I said that because I guess I just do listen to a lot of my stuff back anyway. I'm probably my best viewer. Except, unfortunately, it doesn't show up in any of the YouTube views because I do that before I upload. Sometimes I do consider, like, oh, should I watch this again just to go over it again? And stuff like that. Like, what if I just watch my Tunic Let's Play? Those are good times. Those are good times, and I think that was before I started worrying about my view count, because, like, at this point, it's been a long time that I've just been uploading without much feedback. So, yeah. Oh, one other game is, like, Minecraft. I wanted to play Minecraft for a long time, but I've just been running out of ideas. I guess, you know, the difference between, like, live streaming and Let's Playing, or what I see it's like live streaming can be such longer sessions that it feels like I can get more done, and it feels like I can waste more time just doing some like more mundane stuff. But I feel like whenever I upload a Let's Play video, there's like a little bit of my pride and joy in there. So yeah, if I do become a Let's Player, I do hope that I keep my intentionality with this of trying to make every moment as I can as worthwhile to watch as possible. I have been having a hard time with that though. I don't know how realistic of a goal it is. I feel like I haven't seen like Let's Players in a long time. Am I trying to enter a dying format? An unsustainable format? I've definitely been having a hard time sustaining it. Oh man, here I am talking about struggle, struggle, struggle. It's just that it means a lot to me, I guess. I want to do this so bad. I want to do a good job so badly at it too, and I don't know if I am. But we're just here having fun. I mean, that's the thing. There are times where it's genuinely fun. In fact, a lot of the times it's probably genuinely fun. It's just that I want to make it better is a thing. I want to get better at having fun. Have fun better! Holy smokes, I'm getting like really excited about the idea of being able to do this as a live stream though. Or like if I had an audience already, because I feel like if I had an audience, there wouldn't be as much reason for me to stress out about keeping every moment as engaging as possible. Because like every time I go quiet in a Let's Play, I feel like it's a moment where someone can just up and leave. Oh man, here, yeah, I have been talking about like, just like live streaming, commentating, Let's Playing, video games, the whole time. I feel like one thing that's really hard for me is that I mentioned just before that I don't really have much life experience, because honestly, I've been kind of a sheltered dude, and not even just because my parents were like super protective or anything. It's just that they took care of a lot of my stuff. And then I never really had to take care of that much myself. And also, I was never really interested in like being adventurous or anything. I feel like the only reason why I feel like I want to be adventurous is just so I have stories to talk on my Let's Play. But like, but like, it's not like I have an intrinsic want to just like experience things. Because it's like traveling. Really, the only place I want to go is Japan. Because I just really enjoy anime, and I feel like, especially like during the colder times, it stays at a really nice, comfortable temperature there. And I just enjoy how everything works there. In terms of like how stressful it is to be a citizen there, I'm not too sure. But at least being a tourist, I know is cool. I have been there actually, is a thing. Like, well, one of the few life experiences I do have that's like outside of video gaming and Let's Playing is I actually went on a trip to Japan with my friends at the beginning of this year. Ending of last year, beginning of this year, we spent New Year's there for like 3 weeks. Why haven't I talked about that more? I guess because like when I started doing Let's Plays, it was already like halfway through the year or whatever. So I guess by that point it was already leaving my mind. And you know, it's like Japan is like the coolest place to me, but at the same time I just feel like traveling in general doesn't leave much of an impression on me. I feel like Japan would probably be the it's like imagine like energy drinks, right? Which I don't drink, by the way. just thought I'm just trying to compare this to something. It's like if you have the strongest energy drinks, but energy drinks don't really do anything to you in the first place. Even the strongest energy drink won't like affect you that much, right? So let's just say you're an energy drink junkie like that. So it's like Japan is my #1 place that I would love to travel, and I'd love to go back. But like traveling in general just doesn't leave much of an impression on me. So it's like the only time where I felt like, holy smokes, this is awesome, was going to Akihabara, where there was a bunch of stores full of anime merchandise, and it's just so awesome because it feels like a huge celebration of just like that kind of culture. I really like anime because it just feels so lively, you know? It's like a little bit fantasy, where it's like, it's idealistic is what I always say it is. Where it's like, yeah, it's idealistic. Where it's like, you can follow your dreams, and with passion and determination, you can like get some superpowers or whatever. You can your hand can turn with like a lightning power, and you can punch things way harder for some reason. And it's just like empowering in a way. It's very hopeful, and it's just very nice. Colorful too. I just love the style of it too. So going to Akihabara with that street just lined up full of anime merchandise, which is so cool to me. It's so weird how I always talk about how cool anime is to me, but I like rarely watch it. There I'm going nervous again. I was here talking about how nervous I get talking about stuff I think is cool, yeah? Because then I'm just like, oh my god, I'm not being productive, or oh my god, they're so much better than me. How am I even gonna make my mark here? But like other than that, going to Japan was like pleasant. Just like going around and eating food in new places, walking around cities and stuff like that. Yeah, and that's kind of all it is to me. Trying new snacks there. And I would like to go again though. Don't get me wrong. But it's just that traveling in general doesn't really do it for me. Doesn't really do much for me. In fact, like, I think going to Japan kind of refueled me, because just like a guy who doesn't really go out and see new people very often, I sometimes am like, dude, who would even want to go by my channel to see me? But seeing Akihabara and seeing things that are just like there, it's just like everything there is all there for the love of things, right? And I was like, oh, this is so cool. I feel like me sharing my love of whatever I happen to be loving at the time could be as cool of an experience for people too. Like, I wanna show people cool games. But one other thing about like me not having much life experience, so like I like rarely go out, right? And I haven't had that many jobs, that many different jobs. I kind of stayed in the same couple places for a while, like the office job I have now. And then like when I was at school, I didn't really do that much outside of school to like hang out with people or whatever. One thing I want to do is to get better at drawing stuff to say out of the game itself. Especially because it's like... And also like... Dude, I also barely watch stuff too, because... Isn't it insane? Like, how blank of a slate can I possibly be? I don't watch things. I don't have much life experiences. I'm a pretty mellow dude who doesn't have that big of opinion on any particular thing. It's like, how much plainer of a guy can I be? But honestly, I'm like, maybe I could spin that in a pretty cool way. Where it's like, I can just be relatable, maybe. I don't know. Because on one hand, I feel like someone talking about all of the stuff, like, oh, if I was just talking about the newest trending show or whatever, or like, oh my god, this trend on the internet or whatever, everyone's like this, then I feel like that kind of removes the focus of the video to somewhere else. And sometimes the viewer might just not be totally here for that. Like, you, the viewer, if I were to just start talking about Pokemon for like an hour, for example, how often is it that like you wanted to see me, you wanted to watch PowerWash Simulator, and you wanted to listen about Pokemon, me talking about a completely different game? Or like, imagine if I was playing Doom and talking about that and having that whole Pokemon talk the whole time. It's like, dude, I came here to see Doom or whatever, and I'm just sticking around because you're interesting enough. I'm tired of hearing about all this outside stuff. Especially like if I don't know Pokemon that well. I'm saying I as like the viewer, yeah. Like, I don't care about Pokemon. Stop talking about Pokemon. So like, I'm a blank slate. It's kind of insane how little I have in my life to draw off of. So it's kind of nice in a sense where it's like, hey, you guys don't have that much to catch up on me because I have like nothing going on in my life. And I don't have like much that went on in my life either. So cool. Yeah. And I'm not gonna be talking about like like that much outside. I'm not gonna be referencing an old sitcom. Like, I'm not just gonna be saying wine-liners from an old sitcom where the whole joke hinges on you knowing where it came from. It's because I don't have that much to draw off of either. But it kind of works in a way. I just have to be better at drawing more out of these games. I wonder if you were to like fall on this. I see like footsteps everywhere, and I'm just starting to realize just how dirty everything is. Like, it's not just a layer of dust and dirt or anything like that. It's like smudges of dirt everywhere. Like a thick smudge. I wonder if you were to like fall on this dirt, if you would just turn instantly dark, like all your clothes. Let's go look at my talking points again. How am I gonna get here? Do I have to jump like this? I guess there was a ladder, but I feel like I can do this. Alright, let's focus for a little while. I feel like one thing I do mourn is that I feel like I used to be better at focusing on video games. where it's like my aim used to be tighter and my spacing in fighting games used to be better. Like I used to have a really good concept of how far away something would be, but now I don't. I don't really have that focus anymore. It might also be because I'm like, I've been trying to focus more on commentating too, which is fine, I guess, as long as it's fun. As long as the commentary fun, it doesn't really matter how good I'm playing particularly. As long as I'm making some progress is the hope. I like for a long time I was, why am I stuck? For a long time I was actually, because then I've been wanting to do a Let's Play for a long time. It's just that I never started because I didn't feel like I was good enough at games. I've kind of let go of that for now. Like, I'm still alright at games. But in fact, I might even be slightly better. That's probably debatable though. I felt better about my ability to play games better, but I might have learned some new things on how to be more consistent as a gamer or whatever. But like, for a long time I didn't start because I didn't feel like I was good enough of a gamer. Yeah, now I'm having a hard time continuing because I don't even feel like I'm that good at like talking either. Oh my god, when I look down, for some reason I just can't move on the horizontal plane anymore. Like, what the heck? Why am I stuck? That is so weird that I'm just stuck. When I look down, such a random weakness. Please autocomplete soon. Yes, nice. I feel like it's very troublesome to try to get this all clean. I'm just looking around because whenever I look at a part, there is on the top left, I get to see how much of the dirt I have removed. If it's all empty, that means I cleaned it up all the way. Like, that one did have a little bit of dirt left. If the top left bar is empty, then that means it's all clean. So I'm just looking around that I make sure I've cleaned it all up. The slide is clean. Very good. Wasn't that satisfying? Man, I have been thinking about like making clips for a while too, because I feel like people just don't discover me. Is probably part of the reason why I'm having such a low viewership and whatever. But then I'm also like, then the inner critic comes back in, right? Where it's like, dude, you haven't even done anything interesting yet. How can you make a clip of yourself? So I haven't. Also, like, I also feel like I have to upload regularly too. But then making a clip also takes its own amount of work. That at the moment I don't feel ready to split up my time between uploading clips while still uploading the Let's Play episodes regularly. Yeah, there's that. And I just wish this were my job, honestly. Not power washing, the live streaming. How should I get on top of this? Okay, nice. I wanted to get on top of this to... I'm stuck again. What? Why can't I move whenever I'm on a roof like this? That's so weird. Like, do you guys hear my keys? Why would that be? That I just cannot move. So this pole is still not totally clean yet. Weird. Man, I feel like when I have these like longer episodes though, okay, there's like a little square that I was connected to. I just get kind of, when I start talking, I just start talking about like, oh, the kind of stuff that I have a hard time with, the kind of stuff that makes me sad and stuff. But dang, that's not very fun, is it? Let's get back into desperate Cyanai trying to say something funny mode again. Maybe we need a little bit of that in our lives. Desperate Cyanai has not found anything yet. Unfortunate. We can never count on that guy. Oh, you know, one thing I do remember is like last time I had a birthday, I mentioned last day I had a birthday while I was like uploading content regularly. At the time I was live streaming. I played Mario Party solo. And I guess that was the whole thought. Like yeah, I should probably play more Nintendo games. There's a lot of Steam games that are good. But at the same time, I mentioned before that I'm realizing that not every game feels like it gives me that much to talk about. But Nintendo games are always like novel and popular too, so I wouldn't have to worry about like, oh, is this game even like would anyone care about this game? One thing I was hoping for was that at a certain point, if I was successful enough, that I would start playing more indie games to try to like bring more awareness to cool indie games. But I think I'm like so small that if I play other games that are so small, it's like I'm not getting a crowd and I'm not bringing a crowd to that indie game too. So I am kind of like looking at games which is like, whoa, what's been popular and stuff like that. A little bit unfortunate. I mean, it's like a lot of games are just made to grind, yeah. All right, let's look at our card. Oh. I haven't found. Oh, I guess I ran out of stuff on my cue cards. I guess I did touch on everything I already had planned. That's a shame. How am I gonna get up there? At first I was worried, like, whenever I try to prepare something to say. Cause then it's like, yeah, I mean, I think I already said this. But like every time I feel like I try to prepare a topic to talk about, because I'm worried if like there'd be too much dead air, which is like, oh, I think we're about to get a lot of that right about now, guys. I ran out of stuff to say. I ran out of prepared topics. This is why it's a special episode. This won't happen that often. It's like, you know, how do people? I wonder how people do podcasts. You know, I guess a lot of the times when people do, I have been really interested in podcasts, like that one from Amy Poehler I was talking about, the lady from Parks and Recreations. I guess a lot of times it's bringing in a guest to talk about their experience in history and stuff that they find is important at the moment and their lessons from back then and stuff like that. So I guess there's a lot of that. There's also a lot of podcasts. Like one that I really enjoy is Plat Chat. That is for Valorant. Valorant, they have their esports scene run by Riot Games themselves, the maker of Valorant. And Plat Chat is basically a lot of the casters from who do their official matches, who cast their official matches, they kind of do their own thing and recap what happens in the week. And I just find them really interesting people, fun people. And Valorant is pretty interesting, but I also don't want to sit down and watch every game too. So it's kind of nice to just get their summary on like, oh my god, that player did insane. And I feel like this team is struggling. What do we think they're struggling with and stuff like that. And there's other podcasts that seem to go down memory lane of like, oh yeah, like we did work on, like if it is a regular, if they don't have guests very often, right? If it's not a podcast that relies on guests, I feel like a lot of times it's people who ran a show, who made a show, and then their podcast is about them looking back at previous episodes that they have released and stuff like that. So I guess podcasts aren't just pulling stuff out of thin air either. They do need a lot of those prepared topics, or just like, because it's not like you're, because you can get your life experience out in like one podcast probably. The major parts of your life experience out in one podcast probably. So then it's not like you can have a regular podcast where you talk about all of your life experiences and just have like a replenishing supply of life experience. Because I feel like storytelling is so much more concise than actually being there. Because it's like talking about a trip. I went on a Japan trip for 3 weeks, and all I had to say about it was just like, I just like walked around the city, Tokyo, and I ate some I ate some stuff from there. And Akihabara was cool. That's about like all I had to say about like 3 weeks of experience. I do like the insightfulness of podcasts though. It might just be particularly for me because I feel like the talking style is quite a bit like commentary, and also a lot of the times when they're talking about like their lifestyle and stuff and their approach to their crafts, that's something that's also interesting to me as a person who wants to do my own Let's Play much better. Is there anything fun to talk about though? I feel like I brought the fun podcast talk back to something depressing. I saw Jack Black on a podcast. He's a cool guy. On that podcast. It's just a good vibe. Sometimes I do wonder, it's like, compared to live streaming, I wonder if I'm doing this whole gameplay commentary thing on hard mode, trying to do it as a Let's Play. Because it's like, live streaming, I mentioned before that it feels like you can make a lot of progress on a game in each session, so I don't feel stuck playing the same game for so long, or I wouldn't. Because it's like, I could probably do what I did in Doom so far in just like a couple of sessions, a couple of 7-hour live streams. So it's like, me coming back to Doom day in and day out, trying to be like, oh, we're gonna do something new and interesting for like an hour. It's kind of tough. And then also, like, I don't have a chat to like play off of. I feel like there's when it comes to trying to make something funny out of video games, I realize that I just have to be a little bit more immersed in the game, because I feel like there is never a joke without some level of like character, right? Where my alarm was ringing. Normally I take a nap during my lunch break at work, because my lunch break is like an hour, so I eat my food fast and then I just go to sleep. I do that because I want to feel more refreshed at home, and I also want to stay awake for a long time so I can play more stuff or spend more time or feel like I have more time to just like take my time at home editing videos and stuff like that, making my thumbnail. Oh boy, what was I saying? Oh yeah, but I feel like there is never a joke without character. So I feel like I just have to get into the experience that the game is trying to get me into more. Because like if it's not funny, trying to get immersed into the game should at least be relatable somehow. I can do something relatable, and seeing something relatable is satisfying in its own right. It's like, what was the thing I said before where I was like, usually when I talk to people, my top priority is to not annoy them, and then if I can clear that, my second priority is to have fun. I feel like when it comes to comedy, or well, not comedy specifically, but just like trying to speak in an interesting way, it's to be relatable first and then funny second. Because relatable stuff can just be kind of funny, but there cannot be funny stuff without something relatable mixed in there. So it's like on a technical level, I feel like I know those things. I just don't always know how to do it. Oh, there! No, no! Stop being so depressing, Cyanai. Give yourself a break. He's already dead. I wonder if I'm gonna get some sympathy subscribers for this episode. I feel like it's just been a sob story of like, yeah, I've been trying hard and I'm still trying. So like, comment, subscribe, guys. But it's just been like hard to like feel like I've been doing a good job at it, you know? Yeah, so anybody want to subscribe just to pity me? I wonder what I would be like if I was confident. Because it's like, I feel like confidence is kind of weird. Because on some sense, you should have a sense that you're intrinsically worthwhile as a human. But on the other hand, there are times where it's just like, dang, sometimes it's just that the better man wins or whatever. And then there might be a lot of other men that you're competing with that might be better. It's like, oh, I'm such a bad man. So it's like, confidence is a really weird thing. It's like kind of earned, but you should also believe in yourself. Belief is like, without belief, you can't do anything. Cause it's like, if I were to go on a 2-tiering system of priorities again, it's like first comes confidence, and then comes greatness or whatever. Cause it's like, you need at least some hope in yourself that you can do it, right? Like, let's say you're trying to follow your dream, and let's say your dream is to become the best dang power washer in this whole city, and something like that. It's like, you have to have some belief in yourself that you can do it, or else you won't even try. And if you don't try, you'll never become that great power washer. So maybe I just have to believe in myself a little bit. But believe in what? I still no, stop, Cyanai! What's really interesting to me is the idea that like, even though nobody's watching now, I wonder what this would be like for anyone who watches me in the future. Is gonna be like, I wonder what Cyanai's early stuff sounded like. I mean, I don't know if they would get this far. They'd probably watch my Tunic Let's Play, because that was my first thing. And unless they want, like, that'll be crazy if somebody gets up to this point, because it's like, if I am popular at that point, then I would probably already be uploading stuff really regularly and live streaming. So if they just wanted to keep up with what I'm doing now, they would have a handful. So I would have a super hard time believing that anybody would watch my whole back catalog too. I don't know. Essentially, this is like Cyanai's diary at this point. I have been thinking today about my commentary again. And the kind of lessons I learned from podcasts. Like the one from Amy Poehler. Can I ramp up here? I think I can. Okay, let's try to... Nice! I feel like I had to look directly at the beam in order to make sure that I was running straight towards up it. And it worked. I can't believe that I can run up a beam like that, but I have such a hard time walking on this roof. Why does it sound so squishy? Do you hear that? It's like... You know, it is kind of funny. I guess power washers do actually shoot out tons of water. It's just that the stream is so skinny that it doesn't really look like it. Or maybe not. Maybe the pressure keeps some water from escaping the nozzle. Man. I feel like Oh yeah, there was the citation format that I forgot. Like me trying to figure out the physics of this power pressure washer made me feel self-conscious again that I'm not smart. Like I have definitely had a better grasp on physics and programming before than I do now, and math. I used to actually be pretty good at math, but I don't know if I can still claim that, because like I feel like whenever I learn something new in physics, except for electricity always confused me. Like the way electricity how do you say, enacts force on things is so bizarre to me. I still don't really understand electricity. I understood it enough to pass, but that was just kind of memorizing. It wasn't really like understanding. But math was also like a subject that I felt like I understood. Once I got past algebra, I think like when I was first learning algebra, I was like, what the heck am I even doing? But like once I understood what algebra was, then I was like, oh, okay, now I get it. This is awesome. And then like every other math subject was kind of alright for me. But I totally forgot so much of it. Like I have just I'm kind of embarrassed. I peaked in college. I guess it feels kind of nice just like keeping things neat, huh? I've been trying to talk so much that just like taking that second. Wow, that auto completed from with so much dirt left on it still. What was I saying? Oh yeah, keeping things neat is nice. I feel like there's a peace of mind that comes with keeping things neat. I feel like lately my lifestyle has been pretty imbalanced. Lately I've just been thinking about like, oh my god, let's try to work on something in Let's Play, or oh, let's spend time thinking about how I could improve my commentary. It's kind of crazy how much I've been thinking about improving my commentary, but I'm still just like this. Like, that's pretty disappointing. I've tried so hard and got so far, but in the end it like barely even mattered. It's insane. It was interesting, like, so then that podcast, right? Hearing actors talk about their stuff, because when you think of actors, it really doesn't look like much. It just looks like people pretending to be normal, right? But it's really interesting hearing some actors talk about their experience and how much care they put into their craft as an actor. And like not to like sound pretentious or anything, but I feel like I'm trying to bring that same level of craftsmanship to this commentary thing. And I don't have much experience in it, so I'm just like still figuring stuff out, which is probably why I'm not super great at it. Please be patient. But also like energy drinks. I was just thinking about lifestyle, right? Keeping a clean lifestyle. I'm a guy who mostly only drinks water. Like if you shot this power washer in my mouth, if a hole wasn't blasted through me, I'd probably enjoy it. So then it's like I mostly only drink water and tea sometimes. I don't even remember the last time I drank juice. It was probably like half a year ago. And soda. Wow, that could have probably been a year or more, and probably just once that year. And coffee, I don't like drinking coffee too. And energy drinks. Because then it's like, for me, I feel like drinking water is just simpler, and I feel better drinking water than soda or alcohol or juice or anything. So I'll just do it. It's also cheaper too. Like why not? I can just get an infinite amount of water out of my tap. But then it's like coffee is a little bit more debatable because it definitely serves a purpose, coffee, to make us more productive. And I definitely don't like being tired. But then I feel like I also don't want to become dependent on it either. Yeah. I feel like I've just been doing good about that kind of stuff. Also not eating too much snacks or anything like that. I think that kind of stuff is why I'm so hard to get gifts for sometimes. In some ways, I can be kind of a minimalist. Because sometimes less does feel like more. And when that's true, like with just drinking water than beer or juice or coffee or anything like that, I'm just like, why not? I can do less and profit more off of it. I would love to just do less things. Sometimes, like, I wonder, like, oh my god, I feel like this whole episode has just been me talking about, like, my channel, what I want to do, what I've been trying, things where I feel like I've been falling short. And you know what? I guess I just might as well title this episode, like, Welcome to my birthday podcast. Because what I'm essentially doing right now is just talking about all of those things. Man, this is why I cannot play PowerWash Simulator too much. Because there will be nothing but memory lane. What was I saying? Oh yeah. If I were to become like a popular live streamer or something like that, and successful, and I actually have a fan base, and what if I even have like, oh my god, an editor that I want to pay well because I appreciate his work or something, then it's like, what if I were to try to make this a business of some sort, then would I need merchandise or something like that? What kind of merchandise would I get people? And then I'm like, as a person who doesn't get much that I don't need, I'm like, what do people even get for fun? And I think a lot of people are actually kind of like me, minimalists, because I feel I feel like it wouldn't be uncommon, and for someone to be popular and well liked, and I don't mean like the super popular YouTubers who like have their own brand of candy or whatever that they sell in regular stores that kids buy even not knowing the original YouTuber or whatever. What am I even talking about? Oh, yeah. I have no idea what kind of merchandise would be cool for me. I feel like I want something either small enough that somebody can just get it, and cause like I feel like the bigger a gift I try to give someone, the harder it is to keep, because it's like when it's like, oh dude, I don't really have much room in my room anymore to keep this kind of stuff, I'm gonna have to give it away. Then it's like hard to keep a gift like that. But then if it's like a small thing, like I just imagine some like small Hello Kitty or whatever tiny figure that you just put on your desk or shelf or something like that, then it's like, okay, yeah, I can keep this, because it's like pretty interesting and it's very inoffensive. It just like, it's just there. So I either want like small stuff like that, or have like a brand of clothes or whatever that looks cool and not cringe. Like, I would rather it be more default looking than it being kind of cringe. Like, what if my avatar becomes even more anime-ish? Like, if my drawing skills improve to the point where I can just make an anime illustration of myself every episode, and then just have like an anime dude on your t-shirt, is like, that's bold. I don't want everyone to have to be bold just to wear my shirt or anything like that. I want it to be easy to have my stuff. God damn. Well, what was that? Like, why did I even talk about that? That's like so not relevant in anytime soon in my life. And also it's like such a niche topic too. Merchandise? Live streamer merchandise? What? Branding? And also, how can you make live streaming not cringe? Oh, good point. I'll be the edgiest live streamer ever. Everybody will always be on the edge watching my streams. Man, woman, I almost said child, but that's like, never mind. Man, woman, every man, woman. I used to have more confidence. Like, when I started this whole thing, I was a little, like, I wasn't super confident in my ability to make jokes, and I feel like I'm still at that level right now. Where I'm just like, I don't know how to make jokes. I don't know how to just pull out jokes all the time. But I at least felt like pretty good about like me being likable, at least in terms of like, hey, you know, I have a nice personality and stuff like that. But now I have even been questioning that. I don't know where that started. I guess I haven't been the most proud of myself lately in general. So maybe it's that. Or it's like, is my personality failing me too now? Yeah. Okay. Sorry for being such a bummer this episode. Happy birthday! Happy birthday, Cyanai! Here, have some non-cringe merchandise for your birthday. Thank you. I wonder, like, I think that the idea of using this slide is just kind of funny to me. Can you imagine if there was just like, oh shoot, I should have kept this like dirty, but can you imagine if there was just like one like clean trail down here, and then you see the kid walk off with just the brownest pants? We gotta clean this for the kids. I wonder what childhood is like nowadays. Cause like I feel like during my time already, hanging out with other kids was, maybe it was just my childhood specifically, but I feel like hanging out with other kids was like not common, when my dad always talks about like hanging out with his friends and whatever. I heard someone say that like before in society it was pretty common for just like one parent to be working and then the other to be taking care of the house. I would try not to say like any gender specific things, but like it's like he was saying ever since it feels like nowadays both parents working, it just makes people so much busier. It just makes the parents so much busier. So then like kids don't really have that much of anybody to raise them anymore. In fact, I feel like a lot of times, how the heck do you raise a kid nowadays? I need a tutorial. I need an in-depth tutorial on how to raise a kid. Cause I feel like it's valuable to have a parent, no? But then if both of your parents are working, it's like, I don't know. How the heck are they supposed to be there? I guess a lot of times their work schedule kind of coincides with school time is the idea, but I don't know. I think I might have been like, maybe there were more kids my age who had closer friendships. It wasn't until like, what was it? Like going through elementary school the whole time, I didn't even think about hanging out with anyone because I was like, oh, these are just the people I see at school, you know, the other kids I see at school. And then I just went home and watched some Cartoon Network and played with my Legos. And that was like basically all I did. It wasn't until like middle school where I was like, wait, what the heck? What? You're telling me to hang out? So like I have to go to your place? And then I was so confused by it because I was like, what? People actually do that? People actually hang out? What the heck is this? And then I never really got the hang of it. I would say I never got the hang of hanging out. For me, it still feels like, you wanna hang out? What? With me? What? What did I do? Wow, we cleaned that. It's all 97% cleared. But like, nowadays kids, I wonder if my little bizarre childhood, I have no idea even if my childhood is that bizarre. Maybe you're listening right now and it's like, dude, that was so me. I never hung out with anyone. Maybe you're like that too. Maybe that's why we get along so well. Maybe that's why you enjoy listening to my ramblings as a fellow loner. But I wonder if kids are better off or worse off nowadays. I feel like there would be so many comments if I did have a lot of people watching my stuff. That would just be like, oh, worse, worse, worse. Like if I had a live chat right now, it'd just be like, worse, worse, definitely worse. But it's like, how do we know what it's like for the kids? Think of the children! I feel like there's been a lot less emphasis placed on kids too. I feel like pop culture has kind of centered around young adults. Where it's like the whole live streaming thing and influencers. It's all catering towards young adults. And I feel like there's nobody wanting to be a kid's kind of thing. Because I feel like before when I was watching Cartoon Network, I was like, oh my god, this is like the kids channel. Awesome. It's for me when I was a kid. But now it's like, is there anybody who wants to keep up the childlike joy anymore? Does anyone care about childhood joy? Do children even care about childhood joy? Is it cringe to have childhood joy? I have no idea. Do kids feel more stressed out being in this young adult life as a kid? Alright, I think it's just one last thing. Whew. This is nice. What is that? Is that a skate park? There's a skate park level in this game. Is this the same park? With the skate arena? Arena. Sounds like you're fighting. We fight by picking up sticks and then skateboarding at each other and then seeing who stands on their skateboard at the end of it. It's like instead of a medieval times thing, it's just like a 1990s times thing. I feel like that skateboarding slash punk culture has been a big thing in the 2000s? I don't know. I feel like it still exists, but I feel like it's just not as prevalent. I noticed that some of the most fun songs to sing for me is that punk rock style. Like the Green Day. I don't know how much I agree with like the attitude of it, but it's fun to sing. I'll give it that. In fact, it was like that one Doom episode where I was like, yeah, there's that song like, oh, tonight will be the night that I will fall for you. and I just have fun singing it. It's like, I kind of like it because it's ironic. But maybe I also unironically love it too, because maybe it just sounds good to me. I honestly can't tell. I just enjoy it. I don't even know if I like it because it's funny to me or if I just think it's generally cool. Oh, can I get this out of the corner? Let's see if there's a way I can get this out of the corner. Oh yeah, woo! Wow, I did it. Nice. I think I'm stalling. I think I want this to last longer, which is weird because it's like I thought I didn't have anything else. Why am I stalling? I don't know. I just feel relaxed now, I guess. I feel relaxed right now, but I don't know. Maybe I'm ashamed of my inability to entertain or whatever. Maybe I'm still actually depressed. Maybe I'm just relaxed. Well, I'm just tired is all. I wonder if I can get this. Stop. I wonder if I can get this up the dinosaur slide. How am I gonna... Oh, nice. It's getting away from the wall just like I... Oh. I think I'm gonna have to... Do I have to shoot it from under? Oh, come on. Yeah. Get on the platform. Oh, I saw potential. Yes, okay, so we got it up onto this level. Nice. And we're gonna gently nudge it here. We gotta stop it. Stop. Ooh. No. Ah. Wow. Is this what it's like to have like thruster packs in space or whatever? I honestly don't know what's real anymore. That sounds so sci-fi, but I have no idea if it's actually real. Have we advanced in our space technology since 2000 or whatever? For me, it feels like the universe started at two. Oh my god, I did it! Holy smokes. That was awesome. I remember when I was a kid, I had a theory that everybody in my life and everything that I see around me, this whole world, was built to make me happy. Because I remember just that, like, my family was just so nice to me, and everyone at school was so nice to me, and everything almost felt like a dream. That I was like, oh my god, what if nothing is real? What if this is just a simulation? What if my parents are robots or something like that? And then it's like, what if I'm under some sort of like sick design? What if I'm in the Matrix? Oh my god, that is kind of like the Matrix, yeah? I was scared that my reality is actually fake because the world is so awesome. Like, what if it's not real? What if this awesome reality isn't real? When did I hold on to that thought too? I think I had like flashes of me being scared of that in like late elementary school. Oh no, probably my like entire elementary school time. But now we have AI, so if I wanted actual robot friends, I can have it. Nice. I can live the dream. And so now that I know that people are real, I'm like, oh dang, now life sucks. I knew it was too good to be true. I thought everyone was a robot just to make my life happier. But now we have robots that can actually be nice to me. Oh, okay, I see dirt up here. How did I miss that whole thing? Alright, climbing pole. So this is the climbing pole guards. What is a climbing pole guard? Oh, these. This ought to keep the children safe. Where else of it is dirty? Oh, is it like under? No? I see like a little between. Wait, how clean do I have to... Where even is it dirty? There we go. Tower trims. You know, I'm surprised that none of these needed to be cleaned more. I felt like I wasn't so thorough about that. What is a trim? What is a trim? Oh, these. Okay, which one? This one. What? Oh, whoa, gee. That was so loud. Okay. Job complete. There we go. I wonder where all the dirt went. Sometimes power washing does feel like it just gets rid of dirt, yeah? But in reality, you're just stuck with a bunch of water on the floor and dirt on the floor. You just need a good draining system. Whew. Okay, so now we can buy a new power washer, a medium duty power washer. Awesome. Nice. Okay. Thank you for joining me on my podcast, essentially, where I talk about all of my insecurities, my experience, and my lessons that I've learned. Hope you guys enjoyed, and happy birthday to me. Thank you for indulging me on this. See you guys on the next time, and goodbye.